Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? The other big news today is that Cam Jordan got a contract extension. It's a 2-year extension worth $27.5 million. So at 34 years old, and this is, Kat Terrell had this in her piece at ESPN, this little tidbit, which is a really interesting note. At 34 years old, this contract offers the most guaranteed money and the highest average salary in NFL history for a defensive player of his age. Not just a defensive end, any defensive player at 34 years old. It's the most money guaranteed and average annual salary, which is pretty awesome. It also means Cam Jordan is very likely going to be able to finish his career in New Orleans. And Cam Jordan today, after practice, after signing his extension, had this to say to the media.
You know, when I was younger, I was like, year 10 is the goal. I got to make it to year 10. Year 10. I made it to year 10. I was like, all right, well, now I check in at year 12. And I checked in last year, and I was like, dang, I ain't never gone into an offseason feeling this good. And so now, you know, we head into year 13. I'll check in 15 again. We'll see where we go from there.
So Cam wants to get to year 15 and then see where he is. The thing that I'll remind you about Cam Jordan, a couple things. Number one, in 2021, we thought that maybe Cam Jordan was nearing the end of his career. If you remember, Cam Jordan didn't have a sack until week 5 of 2021. And there was this thought like, well, man, Hendrickson isn't there opposite him anymore to take off any pressure. Maybe Cam Jordan's just nearing the end of his rope. It happens to every player. He had a great decade-long run, and maybe it's over. Well, he ended that season with 12 and a half sacks, another double-digit sack season. And it was similarly hit or miss last year at times, but he still led the Saints in sacks last year with 8.5. And he's steamrolling toward a Hall of Fame career. I did this not long ago, but I'll remind you again. If you look at the official sack leaders in NFL history, the only active player with more sacks than Cameron Jordan is Von Miller. Von Miller's at 123.5. Cam's at 115.5. The other thing that I'll remind you of, so like this is really what Cam Jordan is chasing. When you look at the all-time sack leaders list, you have Bruce Smith with 200 sacks, Reggie White with 198, big drop-off, Kevin Green at 160, Julius Peppers 159. You keep going, these are all Hall of Famers. Jared Allen is at 136. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet, but he will be. John Abraham's at 133.5. Leslie O'Neal, 132.5. Lawrence Taylor, 132.5 is in the Hall of Fame. Ricky Jackson, 128. He's in the Hall of Fame. My point is, there's this sort of cutoff where everybody that's had at least 137 career sacks has made the Hall of Fame. So 137 is the number. Cam Jordan's at 115. He's 22 sacks away. It's plausible that in the next 2 years, Cam Jordan's going to hit that number. And by the way, Derek Thomas with 126, Ricky Jackson 128, they're in the Hall of Fame. It's just that nobody who's hit 137, and honestly, Jared Allen at 136 is going to get in as well. So, Cam Jordan's about 20 sacks away from completely obliterating any question about his Hall of Fame credentials. He's going to be in the Saints Hall of Fame. He's going to be in the Saints Ring of Honor. The only question is, can he make the Pro Football Hall of Fame? I think he's already got a compelling case to be in. Play these next 2 years and get over 130 sacks in your career, and you're going to eliminate any conversation about the ifs. It's just going to happen for him. It's a matter of when. His spot in Saints lore is secured, and he just continues to play at an extremely high level. He's been durable. He's missed 2 games in his career. Once was a farce because of COVID, and the other was a fractured orbital bone when he wanted to play, and he missed 1 game and was back the next week. So his durability, his productivity, it's so interesting because in pro sports, when you get your contracts, you're not paid on what you've done in the past. It's on what you're expected to do. And the fact that at 34 years old, the Saints just guaranteed Cam Jordan the most money for a defensive player at his age ever speaks volumes about what they, not just what he's done in the past, but what they expect in the next 2 years for Cameron Jordan. And it's justified. So congrats to Cam. Great Saint. Hunt Palmer was walking out of studio earlier, and he said, is Cam Jordan a top 5 all-time Saint? And I said, I think he's top 2 all-time Saint. With total respect to Ricky Jackson and Willie Roaf and Morton Anderson, who are all in the Hall of Fame, and to Archie Manning, who was the first great New Orleans Saint. But Willie Roaf left and went to Kansas City. And Ricky Jackson left and went to San Francisco. Cam Jordan's going to play his entire career in a New Orleans Saint uniform. And when it's all said and done, only Drew Brees will have played more games in a Saints uniform than Cam Jordan. And he actually may break Drew Brees' record. Actually, the number, I have it here. Jordan's at 192. Brees played in 220. So Jordan will pass Ricky Jackson this year is at 195. Morton Anderson at 196. So Cam Jordan will move into second place this year. Drew Brees played in 228. So he is, 36 games away. Actually, he if he stays healthy over the next 2 years, Cam Jordan will pass Drew Brees. He's playing more games than any player for the New Orleans Saints in Saints history. So, yeah, I think when it's said and done, he will go down as the second greatest Saint ever behind only Drew Brees. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.